top 3 ways to meet rich people and how to get rich yourself. So, starting at number 3, we've got conferences. Now, these can be mainly business conferences. That's what you want to try and attend. And by the way, I would stay away from unpaid courses if your goal is to meet rich people, because they are great for learning how to make businesses yourself, how to start, how to improve on your business. But in terms of meeting other rich people, it's not going to work because they're all like yourself. They're all just starting out. They probably have less than $1,000 in their bank account and they don't really know what they're doing. So the only person of value in that room you will find in terms of actual successful business is probably the teacher himself. But then again, you have to question their motives, because if they're giving out a free unpaid course, then maybe they're not really as rich as you think. So, and of course, being rich is all relative. But regardless, number one is conferences. You want to find yourself a seat in that room. You can just use Google. You can just search it up. Free conferences happening near me, in my county or my area, and go take a trip there, and go take a seat and listen to what the people have to say, and then afterwards you can go and chat to them, either the main speakers or the other people in the room. It's just great for networking in general. So number 2 is where the rich people hang out. So using a bit of common knowledge here, rich people most likely aren't going to be hanging around in the McDonald's. If you're really fancy, you could try go to some sort of opera house. You'll find a lot of really high class people there, and of course it might be a bit hard to get talking to people, because obviously they're there for the opera singer, they're not there for networking. But regardless, places like that, even a museum, something like that, very high end art show, I should say, unveiling of new art, you'll find a lot of prestigious people there. Go up and chat with them. Even better if they're offering free drinks and everyone's a little bit tipsy, and you get chatting to people pretty easy there. And number 1 is the internet. So if you don't know me by now, my name is James O'Driscoll. I'm filming my pursuit of being an entrepreneur. I've tried a lot of business pursuits, and I'm just trying to figure out what works. And I've realized talking to a camera like this, giving you guys free value, that's really helping to improve my life. And I've leveraged the internet so much to help improve my life. I've spoken to millionaires. I've even spoken to one billionaire. And 50 years ago, you didn't have this opportunity to be able to join groups and communities online and be able to connect and network. You can earn so much money from the internet, even by just talking, even by just doing this, and it's absolutely insane. It just completely overpowers a 9 to 5. So I should also mention that whether online or offline, how you dress is very important. So if you're meeting someone in real life, that's even more important, because you have to look good. And of course, you can't go wearing your Gymshark attire to an opera house or a business networking event, because that's just going to make you look lame. Keep that stuff for the gym, and then go in there wearing your suit and tie. And if you don't like a suit and tie, well, then you can gladly fuck off, because that's just too bad. And I'm not saying you have to dress in a suit and tie, but it definitely will help. And if you don't have a suit and tie, then just make sure you're tidy. As I said, don't be wearing your Gymshark apparel. This is all right. I think it's Lionsdale, so it's not Nike or Adidas. I don't know if I'd call it high end, but at least it's a little bit more on the sensible side, and it makes me look classy without putting too much effort in. You don't want to go in there with chains and rings and the watch, although watches can help, actually, in fact. But regardless, that's a completely other topic. So strong communication, a bit like me talking to this camera. You want to make sure you have a steady flow, and make sure your words are pronounced properly. You want to have a good alliteration. You want to be able to speak at a very controlled pace. You want to control the conversation. You want it to flow smoothly like a river. You don't want to stutter or go. You don't want to be the guy in the corner that's just like huddled up and doesn't really know what to talk about. You're there for a mission, which goes on to my next point. You need to mention your goals. If you're in a business meeting, even if it's just a conference and everyone's relaxed, afterwards, you want to go up to the person and you'll say, "Hi, my name's so and so, X and X, and I heard your story. You did this thing. Can you tell me more about that?" And people love to tell you more about themselves. Most people are more than happy to talk about their life story. And if you can control that narrative to say, "Oh, that's very similar to my current business venture that I'm trying to grow. Would you be able to give me any tips on that?" And that's how you can get information out of people. You get them to talk about themselves, and then you expand on that and learn the information that they use in their life and apply it to your own. So, of course, all this goes into business. If you just go to these places and you don't have any goal, and you don't dress well, you don't talk to people, you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to grow. You're not going to be able to start a business. You're not going to get money. So hopefully this short little guide helped you in some shape or form on how to meet rich people and how to get rich yourself. If you guys have any questions, want me to do any more of these types of videos, let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.